what they want from me. They take my hands, washing them in dirty water. Try to find what's right in a distant place, so far away. The silence fills my heart with empty space. But now I'm sure of where I'll go from here. And tensions rise, they push me to divert my vision. But I will break the ceiling and the walls that kept me in for all this time, and all the reasons that I cannot find.
They'll wait for me to fall under that pressure. They'll wait for me to give it up. Well, I will not work against the forces I trust. Have to stay above the rushing water.
I will do my best to keep myself composed. It takes a lot not to overload. They can't tell me what is right for me. I just need peace of mind and my ability. But no one said that it would be this hard. You can't force it, but you'll play your part. So I will run until I reach the end, and who knows where I'll be. But all I know is that we'll start again.
They'll wait for me to fall under that pressure. They'll wait for me to give it up. Well, I will not work against the forces I trust. Have to stay above the rushing
I've got my sights on a brand new beginning. A steady rhythm will hold me to the shore. I've got my sights on a brand new beginning. A steady rhythm will hold me to the shore.
Plowing through the matches with strength, placings decided at length. 8 teams stand before us, there can only be 4, money galore. It's not time to debate, it's time to levitate.
You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, hey, watch me levitate.
Absolutely. Good evening everyone on the APAC server. Great to see a lot of you guys and gals and anyone in between back to watch perhaps the most exciting part of the season. This is a professionals tournament, rounds 10 to 11, but you're in for a long but thrilling ride. So this time we're following the professionals tournament, the challengers tournament, and the lower echelon championship. They are over. They have concluded. So we focus on the professionals tournament now. The format is a double round robin. So think of the Premier League. And we are currently on the second stage where all 8 teams have at least played one another once. So this is going to be them rematching against one another. Tonight will not decide the top 4, but it's going to be tomorrow with a really long stream of 3 hours. That night will decide the top 4, and I think there will be a lot of drama and there will be a lot of heartbreak, because you will see later how close the top 4 is at the moment. And I think there is a huge chance that we have to use the tiebreaker rules. If that's going to happen, we will use the tiebreaker rule in this order. So first we take a look at the head-to-head round wins. So that's HTH. I'm going to actually denote the abbreviations you will see later on the slide. So first we will have head-to-head round wins. So the number of points that the clans that have the same number of points will score, or the number of round wins, which means the number of sets they won against one another if they're tied with the same number of points. Let's use an example of ID versus GB. Then if ID won against GB twice, then they will be ahead of them in this tiebreaker rule. However, if they won one another once, then we will have to take a look at the head-to-head battle wins. So for example, like ID lost to GB 3-4 and won the other one 4-1, let's say, then ID will have 7 battle wins against GV, and GV will only have 5 battle wins. In this case, ID will be ahead of GV in terms of the tiebreaker. In terms of the tiebreaker rule. If, for example, both teams have won against each other with the same scoreline, then we'll have to take a look at the total number of battle wins, and that could only be decided. That could only be seen from all the battles that all of the tied teams have played. So this can be shown on the rightmost column on the table that I provide on the stream. Finally, if the total number of battle wins is still the same, then we will have to take a look at the battle duration, and that information could only be obtained by Tullian. So we don't know who is going to qualify until Tullian verifies the tiebreaker rule with the battle duration, and if that still cannot be decided, then we will take a look at nothing. We will have to go to a playoff, which will be held between the 22nd and also 21st and also the 29th of November. But I don't think we will go to a playoff. I think the tiebreaker rule will pretty much decide the final placings of the top 4 teams. So this is the table. Currently, the top 6 clans are only have one round of difference. So for GB at 6th place, if they win 2 rounds tonight, they can potentially overtake all the 5 clans above them and get the 1st place. So a good night for GB is crucial, and a terrible night for any of these clans in the top 6 could mean their top 4 hopes are on the line here. And you can also see the number of battle wins between these 6 clans only differ by around 6 battles, and it goes on to show how closely matched the top 6 teams are, and even Riri have already obtained 20 battle wins with 3 round wins on their belts, and they have an outside chance of getting top 4. So that is why we are streaming RISQ versus Riri, because if Riri wins against RISQ, there is still a chance for them to get to top 4, but they have to absolutely do that. However, Nomad is pretty much the whipping boys of this professional tournament, but they can spoil the party, and they almost did. I think they barely lost 3-4 against one of the clans 2 days ago. So Nomad is a clan that all the other 7 clans can beat, but they are no they're not a clan that you should underestimate. They can still do amazing stuff, but they only secured 9 battle wins. I hope they will get double digits later, very soon. This is a timeline for the autumn season. So we have Challengers Tournament and Lower Echelon Championship concluded yesterday, and we all know Brown won the Challengers Tournament and RISQ won the Lower Echelon Championship. And Professional Tournament, there are 2 more days to go. This is the penultimate day, and the top 4 clans of the Professional Tournament will qualify to the Blitz Ultimate Cup, fighting for a prize pool of $50,000, and the dates are 29th and the 30th of November. And this is the schedule for November. So after so tonight is the penultimate day, and after that there will be a long break with the Blitz Ultimate Cup coming up on the 29th and 30th. In between the break day, you can play quick tournaments on the 24th, 25th, and the 28th. So some of the clans here might use these days to train, to train their fundamentals. I actually love the quick tournaments. They are pretty good in training fundamentals with pretty much focus fire, rotations, and so on. And I think for the really good teams, use the quick tournaments to try to not do lots of strategies beforehand and react to what the other team is doing, and even put yourselves in a terrible situation and try to win from that terrible situation. And that is what I think the top teams would do with the quick tournaments. There is only one opportunity for them to get together with 7 players on Thursday, so we will see. This is a bracket. We have GRS versus P1 streamed by me. Sion Kyun will follow RISQ versus RN. I will update that very soon, and you will see it in the lounge. And this is the power rating. After this, the rounds 5 to 7 of the professional tournament, the conclusion of the first stage. So Brown's victory and RISQ's victory in their own respective tournaments have not been reflected here, and I think this is going to change a lot when I put an update after the professionals tournament has concluded. Alright, these are the maps for the 2022 autumn season without Ghost Factory and Hellas. So there are 22 maps altogether, but this is not too important. Mapbox has made the following predictions for round 10 with some big scorelines predicted for GB and ID predicted to win 4-1 and 4-0 respectively. However, RISQ versus RN and GRS versus P1 are predicted to go to a tiebreaker. Will we see another tiebreaker on the professionals tournament? We'll find out soon. So this is pretty much it for me. Alright. I'm getting very excited tonight. And hello to everyone watching here so far. Hello K28, hello Helmi, hello Yon, hello Wizard, hello Frank, hello Free. There are no rewards for this stream. There is no containers, no fan containers, so sorry to break the news to you, but it is what it is. But you'll be blessed with extremely exciting games, so you don't want to miss any action here. Okay, so I'm going to go in on Port Bay. It's the maps. As we go to the lounge now, let's look at the maps. The maps are Port Bay, Faust, Vineyards, and Desert Sands. And you can see the timetable on the bottom right hand corner. The games later at night will be GB versus ID, Nomad versus P1, Riri versus RISQ, which is the matchup I will follow later, and finally GRS versus RN. I think this is going to be an important one for Riri, because if Riri loses against GB, then they will have a 3-round win gap, and at that point there will be 4 more rounds to go, and absolutely Riri needs to win all of their remaining rounds, and this is where RISQ will decide whether Riri will knock out. Whether RISQ will knock out Riri. So, I mean, that round there in round 11 could be the deciding round for Riri if they lost to GB. If they win against GB, then they could afford to lose to RISQ. But we will see. Riri had an amazing night 2 days ago, beating P1 4-3, a huge victory for them. But they lost to RN on a tiebreaker, so it was a heartbreak, but it could have been 4 clans with 5-round wins and Riri on 4-round wins, and the entire situation could be completely different with that. So I'm going to show you the trailer for the 2 clans that are going to be facing a matchup. We're going to start with, as I found now, find the scene now. GRS. Let's look at the trailer. Now we have GRS. We will show P1. Now let's go for it now. Alright, let's go back to the lounge for a moment. We're going to begin on Port Bay and I will show you the battle very quickly. GRS and P1 are already in the waiting room and they're going to battle out on Port Bay. Let's see who is going to win the first battle. GRS versus P1. Now let's go in. Woo. Get ready. GRS versus P1. This is going to be a huge fight, with GRS going for a Concept 1B, a Sheridan, and quintuple Type 71s, P1 going for 1 IS-4, 1 T100 LT, triple Type 71s, and double VK70 2.01K. Very interesting choice, but we are seeing a lot more love for the VK70 2.01K nowadays, I think because of the new consumables. But we will follow Arrivederci in the Sheridan. Is he going to go up to that plateau over here near C, taking an interesting route? He's going to take that, he's going to go up! And he successfully goes up. Meanwhile, P1 is going to go mostly to A, trying to capture the base more quickly than GRS. As you can see, A is being captured right now, and GRS is trying to get C as well. But the Galera has obtained the information for P1, so they potentially might also go for B, but they are cautious. They don't want to lose unnecessary hit points. They have the cap lead. They are playing it carefully. At the same time, our Arrivederci in the Sheridan has spotted up XAFK and switching the positions. We have Riri in the Type 71 near the plateau. At the same time, we have Cujo and Chatban now on the other side of the plateau, and GRS is really trying to obtain information so that they have the idea on how to push. However, we have 5 cap points per 2 seconds of increase, so there is still a lot of time for both teams to hold here and whittle down hit points one for each other. So just about 3 minutes to go before GRS has to absolutely make a push. But 7710 has already taken a hit because of the Galera. That's T100 LT. P1, they will have a lot of pressure now because they need to defend nicely. GRS, arguably even bigger pressure because they don't have the cap lead. They have to make a push. Where will GRS push? Will they push B? Will they push P1 spawn, or will they go straight to A? The Galera has taken a huge beating as he gets spotted and tries to run away, and he will run away successfully. And I think now P1 is going to retreat backwards. Now only looking at A with ST, and GRS potentially could expand the area of influence near the west side of the map. As we can see now, 7710 is approaching this area carefully, but GRS is steadily getting the map control, with P1 assiduously holding both A and B, not allowing GRS to get any advantage with the caps. But suddenly P1 is going to leave A out in the open. Not really sure what's the idea. Can they reset A with almost no tanks trying to reset A? The Galera is there, but most of P1's forces have put their focus on B. ST is just leaving his duty. I'm not sure what ST is trying to do here. Prove me wrong on this, but here is tries to put a shell, but it wasn't successful. GRS is looking to get into A now. This is going to be a testament to whether Le Galera is going to spot 7710 up. He does! And it's on to Le Galera to put a shot to reset 7710, but it's going to be alright because 7710 does not want to capture that. He's hesitating at the moment, but P1 at the same time is looking to push on to B. Looking to get a cap on B, but GRS has responded, but also P1 is looking to push on to C. Here is going to be really important in the northeastern corner. Not sure if this push is going to work for P1. It's going to be really tough. GRS might have the advantage, and Nitroglycer is trying to brawl with Heroes on the northeastern corner, but GRS has already made a big push over to B. ST, Pixel Rage, and also XAFK needs to defend and focus fire. GRS has found a weak spot in P1's strategy here, and they're focusing on to Pixel Rage at the moment. Pixel Rage is not going to last for long, And it will be the first blood onto Pixel Rage. Hit points are with GRS. The cap points are with GRS. ST is the focus for GRS. And we are seeing now P1 coming in to support the team. ST is dead. P1 is looking to get A to B at the same time. Chat ban now is dead. This has descended into pandemonium. But we are seeing here is also almost getting shut down by nitroglycerin. XAFK is down. Legolira is a one shot. And GRS already is a kill. RISQ gets the kill onto Legolira before Heroes gets killed by nitroglycerin. Well done to GRS. That is a good push onto B. P1's push looks a little bit disorganized, and yeah, they look very nervous at the start. They have the advantage, to be honest. I think they're trying to outthink GRS. But GRS simply just receptive of what P1's doing. They just completely reacted to what P1's doing, leaving Heroes out there alone in the northeastern corner. That's what they want. They want more numbers on B, and it worked really well for them. P1 was forced to defend with only 3 tanks against 5 near B. Even if P1's forces have joined in, their focus fire is struggling. GRS focus fire at some point so far. I'd love to see that. Well done to GRS, they are now leading 1-0, and P1 not the brightest start in my opinion, and they really need to sort out their organization. I think the nerves are a problem here. P1 looking to get double crown bargain, quadruple type 71 and an IS4. They're dropping a light tank here. I'm not sure if that's the best call for a map like Port Bay, but if that's the case, then people will have to get quite aggressive with the pushes and potentially trying to make use of the hit point pool advantage they have at the start. On the other hand, GRS will go for quintuple type 71s, a Sheridan and a Concept 1B. And so far they look pretty confident, but it's going to be GRS that absolutely needs to win, because they only have 5 round wins compared to P1 with 6. But also I have to emphasize how important it is for P1 to get a round win in this round to put themselves in a more comfortable position in the top 4. Now GRS will take we'll have these tanks from the south side and P1 from the north. Let's see what both teams are going to do. GRS from the south spawn, they're going mostly to C, with P1 from the north spawn going mostly to C. You can see RISQ in the Sheridan looking to give information for GRS team, and it's going really aggressive now, trying to quickly spot the rest of P1's teams trickling in on C, and they're crossing. They are crossing. Will Heroes be able to push shots while P1 is crossing? We are seeing 2 tanks crossing. Heroes going to put up good shot and a double tap, or triple tap, quadruple tap onto the nitroglycerin. Nitroglycerin will be very angry about this, but at the same time, Bonbon has been absolutely wrecked while going to the northeastern corner. It's going to be a huge brawl. P1 immediately comes in, spots Trapban now, not paying attention to his back. And GRS might be in a little bit of a tough situation now. P1 has come in to support Legolira and Milkshake. They're trying to get Chatban now out of the way. Chatban now is now the focus, but nitroglycerin has been taken out. P1, they need the kills. They got Chatban now out of the way, and Milkshake will be turning the attention onto Momon, but Legolira is also dead. 771 is also really low. RISQ sniping at the back with Pixos. Be the focus of GRS, but also a great shot onto Pexos, but 771 is nowadays a 4 versus 5 now. Pexos needs to survive, and he couldn't survive. It's now 4 versus 4, 4 really healthy tanks for both teams. And ST and XAFK and Milkshake will focus the attention onto Boa Sorter with Heroes, and also there is a Sheridan still paying a lot of attention to what P1's doing. P1's looking to get Boa Sorter out of the way. ST is low. At the same time, we're seeing a 1 versus 1. No, it's not 1 versus 1. They're ignoring each other at the moment. They are friends for life. RISQ is the focus for P1, and they really need that tank down because that tank can cause a lot of trouble with the alpha damage and potentially the DPM. But ST is dead. It's now 3 versus 3. Milkshake needs some shots here. XCFK is really low, and Milkshake needs RISQ out of the way, and he needs the kill. It's a kill onto RISQ, but RISQ also puts a good shot onto Milkshake. XAFK is now dead. It's now a 2 versus 2. Hit points neck and neck. There is still a lot that could happen at this moment in time. Now, these two tanks are not friends with one another. Maybe still friends with one another, because P1's attention is on HeroRISQ. They want HeroRISQ out of the match. Milkshake is trying to link up with Pixel Rage onto Kujo. They want Kujo out here and hopefully free up Pixel Rage. But GRS also getting the attention onto Milkshake, and Kujo needs to put a shot onto Milkshake. Milkshake still hiding, but it's a great shot onto Milkshake. But Kujo is dead. It's going to be a 1 versus 1 now. HeroRISQ kills Milkshake, and Pixel Rage, great shot onto HeroRISQ. But HeroRISQ may be able to use the rock to hide, but it's a shot that was not going to hit Pixel Rage. This was 1 versus 1 fight. There can only be one winner. HeroRISQ running around, playing around the rock. They have the cap lead. They don't have the hit point pool lead. HeroRISQ needs to buy as much time as possible. There is still a lot of time remaining, but this 1 versus 1 fight, P1 absolutely needs it because they are currently not leading. Oh my goodness me, Pixel Rage now moving backwards, trying to get himself unspotted, trying to surprise HeroRISQ, but they are both unspotted now. HeroRISQ, oh, Pixel Rage, an opportunity to put a shot in, but not enough just yet. Pixel Rage going forward now. HeroRISQ might be able to put a shot. No, not a time. Pixel Rage is trying to go into C now, trying to get the cap back. But I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. We have to take a look at the gap. But at the same time, HeroRISQ is going to be there to stop Pixel Rage from getting C. So Pixel Rage can't really do that now. And HeroRISQ drops the speed boost. It's going to have a better mobility against Pixel Rage. Potentially might be able to put a shot or two. Max throw onto HeroRISQ by Pixel Rage. Oh, Pixel Rage. I don't know if he does not bounce the next few shells. Oh, Pixel Rage on fire, but that fire has been extinguished immediately. Oh, HeroRISQ. He needs to hope that Pixel Rage will bounce a few shells. But oh my god, HeroRISQ bounces a crucial shell. And Pixel Rage now... oh dear, this is going to decide everything. Pixel Rage, great shot onto HeroRISQ. Oh, but HeroRISQ misses that shell onto Pixel Rage. 2 more minutes left to go. GRS very close to winning this one, but both are one shots. Pixel Rage absolutely needs to land a shell, but it's a miss. HeroRISQ, can he get a kill? He got a kill. HeroRISQ 2-0 for GRS. What an epic finale here on the second match on Port Bay. Wow. The brawls, really exciting stuff. Both teams really did a great job in the focus fire. Again, splitting hairs. P1 almost got it. I think they were struggling a little bit with the efficiency towards the very end, but it was once again splitting hairs. Both teams just did a lot of stuff. Just did a lot of stuff well, but it was really down to those shots and those bounces. And now we're going to Faust. Currently GRS leading 2-0 against P1. What a tight match. But P1, they absolutely need to start winning now, because if they don't, who knows if P1 can qualify. Once again, no fan containers. There are no rewards for the stream. No fan containers. Love to see a lot of viewers in the stream so far. Hi Nico. Great to hear that. Love to see TQT winning challengers. I think they improved a lot after I streamed, so that's really good to see. Also, please remember to like the stream, like Kaiser said. No, this is not the first time I stream Riri. It will be the second time. It will be the second time. Last time I streamed Riri against Nomad. I'm going to see if I have other stuff to reply in the chat. But we'll go to Faust now. GRS versus P1. P1 going for quadruple types. 1 T100 LT, 1 Sheridan, and I don't know what else I'm going to be saying. We'll find out now. Let's try again. 1 215B, 1 Sheridan, 1 T100 LT, quadruple type 71. For the side of P1, they don't have the inherent hit point pool advantage, but GRS has. With 1 215B, triple wires forward. This is the reason why. A 1 T100 LT, double type 71s. Let's see what both teams are going to do here. GRS is going to capture D quite quickly, with P1 going for C more quickly because XAFK drops into C. Will P1 be able to get D more quickly than GRS? P1 will get the cap more quickly, and they will have the cap. Oh, shots onto Boa Sorter and RISQ in the T100 LT, looking for information near A. But the Galera is doing that too. So this could be a really big fight. Milkshake has been shot at, and the Galera is trying to capture A. But it has to be really careful. RISQ can go and decap A if possible. We could see on GRS side, they're rotating. They are rotating. RISQ absolutely needs to get the cap reset on the Galera. It's a great cap reset, and the Galera isn't able to shoot onto RISQ. And the Galera doesn't want to risk capturing A again, because I think disaster is awaiting. Is going to happen if A is going to be captured. The Galera is not going to go for A for now. He hasn't spotted up here RISQ though. He doesn't know the information, but once that information is seen, the Galera, oh, he needs to run. He's trying to get, oh, he got here RISQ spotted. He got here RISQ spotted. RISQ is also near A, but the Galera refuses to move away. But I have a bad feeling about this. The Galera, I'm not sure if insisting on staying near A is going to be a good idea. Now he's going to run away, but will RISQ be able to get a shot onto the Galera here? The Galera will run away safely, and RISQ could be able to get A with impunity. Meanwhile, we're seeing P1 pushing onto D, led by nitroglycerin. He's trying to go straight into D, but we're also seeing shots going into GRS while they're crossing. And GRS immediately goes back to D, and they're getting A as well. But P1 needs to get the tanks out as quickly as they could before GRS able to extend the advantage with the hit points and caps. But P1 is forced to hold at the moment. GRS is holding up well. The hit points are still with GRS at the moment. But at the same time, we're seeing XAFK in deep trouble. I think this is an indication for P1. They need to do something. Otherwise, the Galera will also be dead very soon. RISQ is steadily winning this fight, and P1 will have to make a last-ditch effort to get the tanks out. But this is going to be a huge push. They really need to get this right. At the same time, the Galera is playing with RISQ, Pixel Rage, and also Pixel's forcing Boa Sorter isolated. But 770 is coming here in to save the day. But Mormon is also getting pushed by P1's forces. GRS needs to regroup, needs to get the organization sorted. But P1 is dropping a lot of hit points at the moment. They are ignoring Momo at the moment. Milkshake, great shot onto Chatbam now. ST is reversing, trying to get Momo out of the way. Pixels is dead. Pixel Rage will get Boa Sorter and nitroglycerin going into the rest of the P1's GRS team. The Galera is going to snipe from behind. There is still a chance, but this chance is going to get slimmer and slimmer as the battle progresses, and ST would put a good shot onto RISQ, and it's now a 6 versus 4. P1 struggling a lot. The Galera kills Mon. 5 versus 3. Chatband now spotting up the Galera, and the Galera needs to get the shot in, but will almost get ram killed. Chatband now receives a bounce from the Galera, exactly what the Galera doesn't want. And this game will surely go to GRS. Great choice with the numbers. Great push onto D. C, I mean, P1, they had an idea to push onto D. I think they didn't commit to that, and they were waiting a little bit. And still, with the information that the two light tanks are getting rushed from behind, they are still struggling with the focus fire. I think they got distracted with the hit list. They couldn't sort that out nicely. And we are seeing GRS now on a match point. 5 tanks doing more than 2k, P1, 3 tanks doing more than 2k, GRS looking absolutely dominant at the moment. They are on top of their form. If this continues to happen, then I think P1 will be tied with GRS with the number of round wins, and P1 will be in deep trouble when it comes to a top 4 fight. There is a lot at stake. P1, they have to win 4 in a row now. Can they do it? GRS very close, and I'm really impressed about GRS tonight. Their focus fire is really on point. Their organization is so much better than the last time I streamed, the first time I streamed in the professionals tournament, and you can see this huge improvement. And I mean, if they keep up this momentum, they will surely get to top 4. But now is not the time to let go. Right, so it's now 3-0. I will update the scoreboard now. It's getting exciting. P1, can they do this? Can they do this? I still remember the time where Feast was originally leading 4-0 against E7 last year in the summer season, and look what happened. P1 won 4 in a row, although they lost the tiebreaker against Feast. This shows P1 can come back, can make a big comeback. There is a chance, but they have to find a way. GRS, they're going to get a Badger, double IS4, a T1LT, and triple Type 71s, with P1 going for double IS4, T1LT, and quadruple Type 71s. And let's look at GRS going for C, and they're going to northeastern corner, and the Galera is going to drop into D, but there are 2 tanks that are not going to be in C. There is only 1 tank, but it's going to be GRS that gets capped first on C. In the meantime, we are seeing P1 sending most of the tanks over to A. 7710 is tasked to hold there, but he will need support. The Galera is going to run away though. GRS immediately going for D, and the Galera receives a hit while trying to run away. Not the worst hit, however. It's just only 1 hit. If they are able to shoot something onto GRS, then everything will be even. But now D is up for grabs for GRS, and they will surely get D. A will be captured by P1, and will P1 go for B at the same time? This is what AFK is trying to do, but GRS, are they ready to reset B? It won't matter now. GRS has D, and they still have the cap lead. All P1 needs to do, try to get B, but there are some edgy splashes onto XAFK, so well done to GRS here, but it's going to be hard. XAFK doesn't want to stick too close to the oil tanks, although the oil tanks will explode and inflict damage, but as you can see, the XG reset shells are able to do the job. XAFK is now pulling back, receives a hit. While doing so, the hit points are still in favor of GRS. XAFK receives another hit, but 7710 has already received some hits now. P1 has gone really aggressively onto 7710, but GRS has moved back immediately, trying to prevent 7710 from getting killed and isolated and pixel rage. In that Type 71, 7710 still getting shots at. And P1 still has the hit point pool lead, but they're also losing hit points with ST. They have to be really careful now. Galera in the T100 LT looking to push shots from this bush here, but XAFK is also getting shots at. P1 is bleeding. GRS is also bleeding. Both teams aren't really conserving their hit points. Well, great shots onto Momon by the Galera. The Galera is trying to run away now. He might get shot at. Pixel Rage gets shot at. I'm not sure if that's a blind fire there. And Momon is looking to drop into B. Now the cap point pressure is definitely on to P1 now. Are they looking to make a big push from somewhere? P1 looks very disorganized at the moment here. And nitroglycerin, I think all the action could happen on B. Pixel Rage needs to do something against the 7710, but no, P1 is going to lose a lot of cap points and also the hit points and pixels. P1 is not organizing at the moment. It's not a great organized setup for P1. Legolera could get shut down very quickly here, RISQ, and also RISQ has spotted Legolera, and Pixel Rage is also getting isolated now. P1, a lot of isolated tanks, and it continues like that. P1 is going to lose this fight. This is going to be the last important minute now. P1 absolutely needs to get the tanks out. Pixel Rage is a focus for GRS. 7710 is going to be a focus for P1. Pixel Rage bounces. XCFK needs to get a kill onto 7710. It's going to be the case, but GRS is also going to capture A. P1 is struggling to survive with the tanks. They already lost 2 here. And ST is also dead. GRS, they just only need 1 more kill. Or maybe not, because Monmon is dead. And GRS gets A as well. And Cujo is going to snipe at the top with also nitroglycerin down. P1 looks very disorganized in this match, and I think this is what happens here. GRS simply dominating the cap strategy from start to finish, and that ends 4-0 in favor of GRS. Well done to GRS. That's very impressive. P1, none of the tanks here did more than 2k. I think they are on tilt in this fight, in this fixture, and they were on the downward spiral, and yeah, lots of cold feet there. Not exactly the P1 I know of. This is not looking good for P1 now, with GRS 4-0 against P1. GRS, they're really looking to secure a top 4 spot now. They're now going to be at the top of the table. We'll see if other results are there. Alright, so we are going to be seeing the 3rd round. We are the first game to finish. Right, so we have a lot of time to analyze. So we are going to do that now. Well, let's look at the first match on Unported. I think there is a lot to break down there. So let's go for this here. Great to see more than 80 people coming to watch the stream at the moment. Let's break the 100 viewer barrier tonight. There are no rewards. I'm not sure why people say there are rewards. There are no rewards for watching the stream. Need to mute this. Okay. So let's analyze this first match. GRS versus P1, it was very close in my opinion, but I think there is a lot to learn from what GRS has done here. Let's find out now. Okay, let's go. A lot more love for the BK72.01k nowadays, I think, because of the new consumables. But we will follow Arrivederci in the Sheridan. Is he going to go up to that plateau over here near C, taking an interesting route? He's going to take that. He's going to go up. Okay, so this is how we go up. Can I replicate that? I don't have a tier 10 light tag in my garage for APAC server, so I can't repeat that move. I'll try one day. Maybe on the EU server, I don't know. But let's continue to see what's to happen. And he successfully goes up. Meanwhile, P1 is going to go mostly to A, trying to capture the base more quickly than GRS. As you can see, A is being captured right now, and GRS is trying to get C as well. But the Golera has obtained the information for P1. Okay, that's the right call for the Golera to run away. You don't want to stay there for too long. It's a little bit out in the open, and they have cap lead, so they don't need to put tanks to obtain information from C. They know what's going to happen. There will be like a lot of tanks near C, especially when you're getting reset near A. B is out in the open. It's really hard to get, so doesn't really matter at this point. There is a cap lead for P1, so they potentially might also go for B, but they are cautious. They don't want to lose unnecessary hit points. They have the cap lead. They are playing it carefully. At the same time, RISQ in the Sheridan has spotted up XAFK and switching the positions. We have Riri in the Type 71 near the plateau. At the same time, we have Kujo and Chatban now on the other side of the plateau. And GRS is really trying to obtain information so that they have the idea on how to push. However, we have 5 cap points per 2 seconds of increase, so let's calculate that. Again, 800 cap points is it's like the holy mark for the team that is currently defending to push. So again, 5 cap points per 2 seconds of increase. So we're talking about 154 seconds. 454 seconds to go. So dividing that by 60 seconds, we have 2.57 minutes for GRS to put enough shots to whittle down hit points of P1 and figure out a push within this minute, within these minutes. So there is still a while of time. 2.5 minutes to go. We'll find out what's going to happen next. There is still a lot of time for both teams to hold here and whittle down hit points for each other. So just about 3 minutes to go before GRS has to absolutely make a push. But 7710 has already taken a hit because of the Galera. That's the LT. P1, they will have a lot of pressure now because they need to defend nicely. GRS, arguably even bigger pressure because they don't have the cap lead. They have to make a push. Where will GRS push? Will they push B? Will they push P1 spawn? Or will they go straight to A? Oh, the Galera spotted. If I were the Galera, get unspotted first, potentially stay for a few seconds, wait that out, but then he might get permanently spotted by Sheridan of RISQ. So maybe he is bound to take some hits, but potentially I would just still stay there because you want to give information for what GRS will do in the next few minutes. If the base gets pushed, if the spawn gets pushed, then I think it's easy to group up again. I don't know, like Golera can stay there and do spots, but he can run away, which will free himself up and help with the push. But it comes with a risk as well, so both ways could work, and there are certain risks involved with both plays. I won't necessarily say staying there is the better choice, to be honest with you. I think both of them have their own pros and cons, but P1's decision is to rotate that T100 LT out of the way. the Galera has taken a huge beating as he gets spotted and tries to run away, and he will run away successfully. And I think now P1 is going to retreat backwards. Are you still seeing black? Oh dear. Okay, you should be able to see something now. Okay, so once again, as I said, the Galera can stay here, or rotate, and the Galera decides to rotate backwards. But I would also suggest the Galera, he could stay here to spot whether GRS is going to go for A or B. It comes with risks though, so there are pros and cons for both methods. So my advice, I mean, decide which one you want to do. I think both can work. It will mean you have to do something different if you decide to stay near the coast stacks. If you don't, then you have to you will have to find a way to push potentially later if GRS decides to push soon. But let's see what's going to happen next. As he gets spotted and tries to run away, and he will run away successfully. And I think now P1 is going to retreat backwards. Now only looking at A with ST, and GRS potentially could expand the area of influence near the west side of the map. Okay, so what can GRS do here? Can they rush spawn? Let's see, can they rush spawn? So far what information we have here? We don't have a lot of information. XAFK is spotted near B. The Galera is spotted as we kind of rewind. Yeah, they're just going to go back and forth. So in this situation, GRS doesn't have a lot of information. They only know that XAFK is spotted and he gets unspotted again. So this is the information they have. The Galera is also near A, but they found the Galera running away. So the only information they probably could obtain at this moment is that A, there is not a lot of tanks near A. When this tank can't spot anything, can't spot a lot of tanks, only one tank near B. They know B is fortified. They can't really get B. They can't really push B first. But you couldn't spot tanks near the spawn as well. So potentially, there are two methods that GRS could take: either to push A and get A, or push through the spawn. But then there's a risk going into A. You don't know how many tanks in the end that will reset A. It can come as a surprise. They know that there is a T100 LT running away, but that's not going to say much about how many tanks that will be positioned near A. After all, they haven't spotted a lot of tanks. So in my opinion, GRS will have to gamble with this situation. They have to gamble whether P1 will be mostly near B or mostly near A. And you now see the screen, and that's good. So yeah, so since GRS doesn't have a lot of options at hand, they have to guess. I think with the experience they have, they probably have a better idea than I do on what P1 might do when they heard A and B. I think in this situation, GRS sometimes can put themselves into P1's shoes. What would they do? They have cap on A and no cap on B, not really paying a lot of attention on C. This is a question that I think GRS will have a better answer to what I have. So this is all down to GRS experience now, whether they're able to win this with the kills and caps. But my guess will be a push near A and maybe a push near B then. This is my guess. I think Sheridan will get quite aggressive, trying not to go A first, but maybe to wander around here maybe around here, trying to get more information, but then it's an issue of there's an issue of a flat ground near A. This is one way they could do. The other way would be for the Sheridan of RISQ trying to rotate backwards and go to this area, see if there are lots of tanks near the spawn, and that will give GRS more of an idea of what's to come. So in this situation, let's calculate the number of the amount of time that GRS still has at the moment, and with my calculation, GRS has 1 minute and 30 more seconds to go. So RISQ definitely can make this call first and do this move. I mean, and spot P1 tanks. I think they just need a little bit more information before they can make a decision to push or not. And we will see what's going to happen next. As we can see now, 7710 is approaching this area carefully, but GRS is steadily getting the map control, with P1 assiduously holding both A and B, not allowing GRS to get any advantage with the caps. But suddenly P1 is going to leave A out in the open. Not really sure what's the idea. Can they reset A with almost no tanks trying to reset A? The Galera is there, but most of P1's forces have... Oh, now forward sorted is spotted there. P1, they know B is going to be hard to capture. So for P1, they can still hold where they are, but they are very well aware that A is out in the open and will be captured soon. So if I were P1, I know that A will not be long. Then they will have to kind of prepare for a push, to be honest with you. So I would divert these tanks, go back to C, knowing that A will be captured anytime soon. I mean, GRS can try to capture on A, although they still don't know where most tanks are. So I think they still have a benefit. They still are still doubting where to go for A immediately. And there's a light tank there to reset A, but it's gonna be tricky because you're talking about panning the frontal armor of 7710. Even the HG splash could inflict no damage, and the A cap could still be captured. So I think P1 they are taking a risk here, and this is why I think ST should stay near A, and they will have a much better chance on decapping A, in my opinion. I've put their focus on B. ST is just leaving his duty. I'm not sure what ST is trying to do here. Prove me wrong on this, but here is tries to put a shell, but it wasn't successful. GRS is looking to get into A now. This is going to be a testament to whether Legolera is going to spot 7710 up. He does! And it's on to Legolera to put a shot to reset 7710. Yeah, look at how difficult to put a shot onto 7710 when you have these containers to provide cover for 7710, and it's pretty much the front, the turret that Legolera could potentially see here. So once again, just so hard to get the shot in here in this position. But it's going to be alright because 7710 does not want. Yeah, this is why this is the issue with GRS. Lack of information at the moment. RISQ only manages to go into these spots, as I said, to try to see if there's anyone near A. And he found pretty much no one, so 7710 can safely capture A. At the same time, we could see P1 going into B. I think this is a misplay. As I said, they know that GRS will be completely ready to reset B. Maybe they are guessing that most of GRS tanks are going to capture A, and they're ignoring that these 5 tanks are right there to shut them down. So once again, both teams have a lot of information. They're pretty much guessing at this point, guessing what the other team would do. So let's continue to watch. To capture that, he's hesitating at the moment, but P1 at the same time is looking to push on to B, looking to get a cap on B, but GR has responded, but also... Okay, now this is a push coming from P1. I think this should have come first before the cap on B. You will see what is going to happen later. The people is looking to push on to C. Here is going to be really important in the northeastern corner. Not sure if this push is going to work for P1. It's going to be really tough. Okay, at this point here, it's good to get C. Milkshake should just go past and try to flank from behind. Let's see what they're going to do. GRS might have the advantage, and Nitroglycer is trying to brawl with Heroes on the northeastern corner, but GRS... this is what Nitroglycer is trying to do, but look at GRS, they're just coming in immediately to shut them down. The Golera is still very far behind. Might want to come in a little bit later, or... Of course, he doesn't want to engage this big squadron of GRS. So, on the other hand, he could just immediately just support the kill onto the northeastern corner, trying to free up that heavy tank as quickly as possible. And these two tanks have to absolutely come in. But if I were P1, we know that these three tanks are going to take some time. Maybe it's a good idea. Maybe it's a good idea to push forward so that these tanks can link up. Pincer, get tanks out. I think if they pull back, they will keep on disconnecting because there are a lot of buildings that will provide shield. I think this is the time because there are 3 and 3 there. Not exactly like 1 or 2, so that 1 or 2 tank, if it's only like 1 or 2 tanks, then maybe they should move that. But now they have 3 that they are pretty much somewhat even in terms of the numbers, so they need to start connecting because GRS they will have good focus fire and they will start taking out tanks soon. So maybe this is what I would call at this point. It's already made a big push over to B. ST, Pixel Rage, and also XAFK needs to look at how aggressive GRS is. This is a really good call. And Nitroglycerin still at the back. I don't know. Has to start connecting with the team. I think he has to not stay in the plateau. Go straight in. Try to get Saute out first. I think that's the focus that people is trying to call at the moment. And Light Tank needs to start moving as well. Defend and focus fire. GRS has found a weak spot in P1 strategy here, and they're focusing on to Pixel Rage at the moment. Pixel Rage is not going to last for long, and it will be the first blood onto Pixel Rage. Hit points are with GRS. The cap points are with GRS. ST is the focus. Yeah, look at GRS. They got this first tank first, and everything just goes so smoothly to them. They now find ST. They're isolated and everything just goes very south for P1 now. So what I think is a really good push from GRS. A really good push from GRS. P1. To be honest, I'm not sure they should go for C first. Maybe yes, but then there is also the argument of like the GRS just, you know, pushing there, and those VKs would take a really long time to respawn. So either way, P1 is kind of doomed. It's kind of doomed. Yeah, so it is really difficult for P1 to win. To be honest, here, this is actually very difficult. I think maybe a better way. Ignore C first because you have these kind of terrain that is going to give you so much time to flank from behind. Maybe my call with these tanks, just go past C, let Heroes brawl with the tanks first and allow the light tank come back, get C. Maybe in that way that will help. I don't know. I would say this is a really good match. From GRS, they play this one really well, so you can give them credits for that. So I'm very sorry if I didn't give a lot of insight on what you could do better here, but my guess is that C is the cap that gives GRS the information to push B immediately, and the Sheridan is getting A, so at that point it's like only 4, and now 5 tanks going for B. Those tanks can't survive for long. So I think pretty much P1 needs to dish C, try to bring it to a 5 versus 5, allow Nitroglycerin to brawl with Here Risk. I mean, they have put some good crossfire onto Here Risk, but that will give Nitroglycerin a much better situation in a 1 versus 1 brawl, and the light time to come in later, get C. Maybe this is how you should win this one, P1. GRS just look very sturdy. I can't really fault what they're doing here, so this is just a really good move by GRS, and we go back to the lounge and see if we have any more results. Okay, we do have more results. Ooh, Riri won against GV 4-3. Oh my lord, Nomad finally won a round. They won against ID 4-1. RISQ won against RISQ 4-1. Oh Jesus me, what is this? Look at the table now. None of the clans here have 7 round wins. They are now exactly 5 clans tied with 6 round wins. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. What is happening right now? This is unprecedented, to be honest with you. Unprecedented. Unprecedented. I don't know who is going to qualify now. Riri just only 2 round wins. Just only 2 round wins away from getting the top 4. Wow. I am very impressed. What is going on here? With the tiebreaker of the head-to-head round wins, we have GRS winning 4 of them, ID also winning 4 of them, RN only winning 1 of them here. And I need to check the timetable if that's the right, if that's correct. They lost to GRS, ID they lost that, RISQ they won that, and P1 they lost that. RN they went against GV, lost to, yeah. So this is correct. Oh my goodness me! Now 5 clans tied with 5 round wins after round 10. How close can this be? And it all depends on the next one. Next one we have I'm going to input the information to Mapbox, and we will see the predictions after. This is extremely tight. I don't know what to say about this. This is just brutal. This is chaotic. I am living for this. And oh well. Now Nomad going back to the, now Nomad closing in back to the top 8. Great win against ID. Finally a good round win. I think they have improved now. The top 4 fights. I still don't know who is going to qualify at this point. This is a mess. This is a mess. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I don't know what will happen. No one knows. No one knows. To be honest with you, this is a dog stinner. This I am speechless right now. Okay, we will be seeing GB versus ID. GB definitely needs to win this one. ID has to win this one. We are following RISQ versus Riri, with Riri on 4 round wins, and I think if RISQ is able to win against Riri, that will put Riri in a tougher position. And we were going to make predictions now. Okay, there we go. We have the odds. And I will post it very. I will show you the prediction very soon. Alrighty. Yeah, it feels like EU server 2021 autumn season first week. Exactly what I'm thinking of. So which team will win the next matchup? Is it going to be Riri or is it going to be RISQ? Start voting now. Oof. Okay, so the maps are Yukon, Black Goville, Dynasty's Peril, and Normandy. Seonkun will follow P1 vs Nomad. I'll be following RISQ vs Riri, although arguably the two most important matches might be GB vs ID and RM vs GRS, but we don't have everyone, we don't have a lot of people streaming. But this top 4 fight is definitely on, and it all goes down to which clan performs better tonight. GRS on a really good on a good form on the up. They have 34 round wins, battle wins now, 6 round wins, currently leading the charts with 4 head-to-head fixture, head-to-head round wins and 20 head-to-head battle wins. They have to beat GRN in order to get themselves a more comfortable position, but by no means definite comfortability. GB, on the other hand, they have to start winning. And against ID, if they manage to win, that will bring everything to 6 round wins. Again, GRN and GRS, whichever clan wins, will put themselves back to the radar and the top 4 spot. P1 absolutely has to win this one. It's a match they don't want to lose. Riri versus RISQ, a match also not to be lost by RISQ, and we could potentially see 4 clans with 7 round wins, or 3 clans with 7 round wins, and 3 clans again with 6 round wins. And I don't know what to say. This is edge of the seat stuff. And with that, let's look at the trailers. Let's start with Riri first. I'm going to prepare that behind the scenes, and we love to see such tight top 4 battle. Okay, now we have seen Riri's trailer, we will see RISQ trailer. Let's go. Great, I think the room is up. I'll go to the room. Oh dear. Oh dear. This fight is going to be really important for both teams. Riri, they are gradually making a comeback. 4 round wins on the belt now. If they continue this momentum, they can potentially steal a spot in the top 4. And they can't get to top 4 tonight, but tomorrow it will be the opportunity. As for RISQ, we're going to be seeing Sticky! That's going to play it. He is from the EU server, and we'd love to see some support from the EU server onto the APAC clans. What we are seeing right now is Riri going for a 60 TP, a triple Type 71, an IS4, a T95 E6, and a T100 LT, with RISQ going for double Type 71, double IS4, T110 E5, a mouse, and potentially a Sheraton. Why am I announcing the lineup? Let's go to the room actually, so you can see everything now. There are only 2 more minutes to go. We're seeing changes. Let's announce the lineup again. We have Nandoto in the Crown Bargain, Catfish, Type 71, alongside Educated, Lando and Nandoto. Is it Landoto? That is Nandoto. Nandoto in the 60 TP. Think of Nando's. Don't know why I made that joke. That wasn't a good joke anyway. Type in the T95 E6. And it was pretty much Alpha confirming me it's pronounced LaCroix. Not LaCroix. LaCroix in the Type 71 and just do it in the T100 LT. RISQ, you're seeing Shugamugu in the mouse alongside Spartan in the mouse, or otherwise known as the BAC. The BAC. Sticky in the Type 71 alongside Juicy, Bifrost, F-Zero, Double IS4, and Smurt Potato in the T110E5. No, I don't have other stream links. Sion Kun is streaming on Bilibili. But we only have 20 more seconds to go with Riri versus RISQ. Starting with Yukon. Let's go and let's watch. RISQ versus Riri. Riri, they have been on an up lately. I think they are constantly improving themselves. I want to see how much of an improvement they have made in the last few days. I am excited. We are all excited. Riri does not have the hit point pool lead. They have 1 light time compared to RISQ with none. So they have to bleed. No, they have to bleed less and trade a lot better than RISQ. We're seeing tanks going straight into B. They're going to get B more quickly, and F-Silver dropping the speed boost, going to C a little bit later. That's because of the spawn location. We're seeing Type 1007A in the biggest light, looking to get spots near RISQ spawn, but he will find Smurt Potato. Oh, Smurt Potato actually might be in trouble because most of Riri's tanks are near D. RISQ might be caught off guard. They have to get ready. Good HE shell onto Smurt by Type. But RISQ surely feels the pressure now. I think Riri is going to push immediately in. I think that's a great opportunity for them to do so. But the tanks are going to use time to shut down tanks. And RISQ is reacting to what Riri is trying to do. They're looking to make a push onto B. Sticky dropping into B. They're going to get cap lead. But at the same time, Riri is going to get Smurt Potato out of the way, dropping the reactive armor. They know Smurt is in deep trouble. Sugar has taken a couple of hits, and RISQ is trying to get Nandoto out of the way. It's all about shot efficiency now. RISQ with better focus fire at this point. Riri, they have already taken out Smurt Potato. Sugar has already pulled back for a pretty big distance. And Naruto is not going to last for long. It's going to be a 5 versus 6 very soon. Nando is trying to run away, showing the backside, and they will put some big HE shell, but RISQ just bounces and tracks those shells. Track down Naruto. And look at how brilliant RISQ is so far. Naruto is now dead. Riri is coming to take out both Spartan and also Bifrost. They need those tanks out. They have to be decisive. It's not the time to give up yet. Bifrost is a one-shot, so they can take that tank away. Just do it. Gets the kill onto Bifrost now. 5 versus 5. Guns even. Suga and Mugu is very far behind, so Riri has the advantage with the numbers here. And they have to make sure to get their focus fire in. Spartan and F-Silver is teaming up onto Educated, but LaCroix may be the focus for RISQ. They have to get it on point. LaCroix is going to be really low, but Riri needs F-Silver out. LaCroix is now dead. Hit point still neck and neck. And C could be captured by Riri. Riri could potentially have all 3 caps now. Time is running out for Riri here, for RISQ here. They absolutely need to take out the tanks. The focus is now on Educated. But Juicy bounces. Shuku is still there behind. Type 1007A is going to be extremely important in the biggest slide. And Riri gets C. Time is running out for RISQ now. Type is down to a one-shot. Type doesn't want to die at this point. Educated is dead. Juicy is dead. It's a 3 versus 3 now. Hit points in favor of RISQ. But the cap points are in favor of Riri. This is going up evenly. And Type has to survive. I'm not sure if RISQ is able to win this, but they still have 2 Bowsers alive. They got Catfish out of the way. Just do it will be the focus for RISQ. But Riri just have to survive for I don't know how many seconds. We're going to make that calculation soon. It's going to be around less than a minute. Actually, Riri has less than a minute in winning this one, but D has been captured by RISQ, and Suga Mugu needs to stay alive. Just do it. Might be in a good position. Sticky is getting into B. Sticky gets shot at. Oh, that's important. Type 1007A. If he can land a kill onto Sticky. Sticky is going to be the most important tank for RISQ at the moment. And Sticky gets me. It's huge. But is it going to be enough for RISQ? Bok is going to go in to get Just Do It out of the way. Just Do It is pretty much pincered. And Suga Mugu needs to land a kill onto Just Do It. It's going to be the case. But there is a huge kill onto Sticky by Type 1007A. Although RISQ has 2 caps, but there are 2 Bowsers. Type 1007A just have to survive and not die. He will drop into A. He is trying to get a cap lead on A back. Oh, this is going to be really tight, really tense. RISQ, can they get a cap on C? Oh, 2 more minutes left to go. But I think we will be seeing Riri going for 1000 cap ons first. Oh dear, this is tantalizingly close. We're just looking at about 40 more seconds to go for Riri. 40 more seconds to go. 40 more seconds to go, I believe. And oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. C is now getting captured by Suga Mugu. Now it's going to be B, C, and D. Oh, there's some blind fire coming to. Oh! A kill onto Type. Oh, Suga gets that big kill there. What a finish. What an epic finale. Again, APAC 7 didn't disappoint me. Surely this is Stork's dinner, but RISQ didn't leave any bits on the floor, and they have 5 tanks to win more in 2K. It was so close in the end. The double Bowsers of RISQ doing absolutely what they could to get the tanks out, and Riri ignored the Bows obviously because it's the most important thing to do. But I think the focus fire was slightly better for RISQ here. Slightly better, just slightly. Really great job. Again, splitting hairs could go either way with a couple more bounces that might not go in favor of Riri. RISQ gets the first win here. Very close indeed. Wow. HGH and HGHB head-to-head and head-to-head battles. head-to-head round wins in head-to-head battles. For example, we saw RN against the other 4 clans, GRS, ID, RISQ, and also P1. RN was only able to win 1 game, only able to win fixture or 1 round against the other 4 clans there. So that puts RN with only 1 head-to-head round wins. Meanwhile, GRS won 4 times against those other 4 teams, so they are in the first place, and they have slightly higher head-to-head battle wins. They have won 20 battles against those other 4 clans altogether, so that's why they're in the first place so far. I will go back into Yukon. Riri versus RISQ. Let's see. Is this going to descend into anarchy? This time Riri is copying RISQ's setup, but they're going to drop that light tank here. The biggest light's not going to be here anymore. But I would argue that the light tank was so important for Riri last match. It almost won them the game. He was very unfortunate to be spotted near the spawn though. B will be captured by RISQ, and Riri will be going into A. They are dropping into C as well, and the caps will go in favor of Riri. And we're seeing Naruto and Nandoto double bounce. It will be very hard for RISQ to call the focus fire here. So I love what they're trying to do at the moment. Nado and Nando. So this is a strategy by Riri to confuse RISQ in the focus fire. I like that. I like this strategy. B has been captured but Shugu and Mugu has been shot at. So far, the hit points are in favor of RISQ again, but the cap points are in favor of RISQ. Riri, RISQ needs to make the rotation, and Smart Potato has obtained D. That will put RISQ only 1 tank away from flipping. But Smart Potato again, the sacrificial lamb. Spoiled up both type and only just type, but he's going very, very deep. He will spot up, just do it, and what Riri will do now is to rush Smart Potato, drop the reactive armor now. At the same time, RISQ is going to make a push here, but Riri is going to be ready for this push. They are ready to survive with 5 tanks, 6 vs 5, and they're going to kill Smart Potato now. Now RISQ has to absolutely find tanks to isolate, but this is going to be really difficult. They're leaving their mouse to the front line because RISQ will have a lot of time, will use a lot of time to get the mouses out. Smart Potato is dead. It's a 6 vs 6 situation, and RISQ is definitely ignoring the mouses at the moment, trying to get Lacroix out of the weight, and Bifrost is trying to turn the attention onto TVB. Great job to Riri. And those 2 tanks are going to rotate to support the team, but RISQ still has the hit point pool advantage. Sticky is not going to last for long, and the effective DPM will go in favor of Riri now. Riri has to make use of this advantage to try to get the kill, try to get more kills out of RISQ, diminish RISQ effective DPM. Although the cap points are still in favor of RISQ, Riri, they will try to get Sugar and Muga out of the way, and bulk is also quite low. RISQ gets Lacroix out. It's a 6 vs 5 situation. Hip was now in favor of Riri. Sugar and Moog is now dead. Educated is now 1-shot and will be killed from the battlefield. And we have Bifrost still very full and hit points, looking to get TBB out of the way. It's a kill. And we are seeing Bifrost turn the attention now onto Just Do It. F Silver, the focus for Riri, gets taken out here. It's a 4 vs 2. This is looking very strong for Riri. Bifrost working with Juicy to kill Just Do It, but is it going to be enough? I don't think so. Just Do It is now dead. Juicy is going to go down. The focus now onto Nando Toe, but it won't be enough. Riri, absolutely phenomenal gameplay. Great job, great idea, great strategy. Putting the mouse on the front line when Smart Potato gets pushed, and they leave those other tanks which are more prone to focus fire. That allowed RISQ to focus to struggle big time with the focus, and you can't blame them for this. Riri just got the positioning spot on. That's a huge improvement for Riri here. I think Riri, they are looking very dangerous now. It's now a 1-1. Like to see both teams going up evenly. It's still anyone's game to call RISQ. 2 tanks doing more than 2k, and Riri 4 tanks doing more than 2k. Riri's strategy is totally impressive. RISQ didn't have a lot of idea on what to do in that situation, and Smoked Potato unfortunately just got too aggressive. I think overestimated the T110E5. Has the reactive armor, but it's not a mouse. It's not a mouse that you could hold for a long time. Your armor is not. It's not trollish. And we go back to Black Goville. Can RISQ come back here? It's now 1-1. ASD asks, well, when will we have BPS? So I won't be streaming BPS tonight. I will be streaming APA. That was assigned by Wargaming. I think iShot will stream BPS tonight, so he will provide the commentary in Russian. Hello to everyone. Let's break the barrier of 100 viewers watching tonight. RISQ, we are going to be seeing triple IS4, triple Type 71, and a T100LT with Riri going for triple Type 71. A 113, a T100LT, a Crown Bargain, and a 60 TP. Going back to Black Goville, this is an open map, totally different playstyle than Yukon, so this is a totally different story. I think both teams are closely matched, so again, going back to whichever team has good form on the night. But Riri surely with that impressive performance against RISQ. RISQ does not want to underestimate them now. Just do it saying I love you to whom? Don't know. He's confessing love to someone that I don't know at the moment. Type 1007A will be going middle and get spots up for Riri with RISQ. Thank you for the love from Naruto. Great shots onto Silver, and Type 1007A is going to run away. And we're seeing Naruto. Oh, wow! Big shot onto F Silver. Yikes. He won't be happy about this. He's probably swearing in the chat right now with that shot onto him. RISQ will try to get B, but Riri has shots, but no shots probably to reset B. RISQ will have a cap advantage. They will get C soon. They won't get reset there. But Riri, look at Just Do It, will be looking at Sugar Mugu, but bounces onto Sugar Mugu, but Sugar Mugu receives a big hit from the 60 TP while trying to run away. Oh! Look at how much damage RISQ has taken while trying to get B. This is a risk of getting a cap lead on Black Goville. Riri immediately making a push. This is a great call from Riri, but they are hesitating. If they hesitate, they're going to lose hit points and RISQ will regroup. And this is what RISQ wants Riri to do. RISQ wants Riri to hesitate, and they're doing that exactly, but at the same time, RISQ is also hesitating. But they found Naruto isolated, so they turned their attention onto Naruto. Well aware, immediately will have to be the sacrificial lamb. But Naruto will go back to safety, drop into B. Sticky and Juicy might have shots though, but they're turning the other way. Smoked Potato and Bifrost looking for Naruto. TBB looking to get well away out of the way. This is descending into Entropy. With Naruto down to a one shot, and Willowware also quite low, Sugar Mugu also quite low. Sugar Mugu now dead, Naruto is low, F-Silver is also very low. The hit points are so close, you don't know who is going to win this one. Naruto needs to land their shell onto F-Silver, he does. Willowware down, it's a 6 versus 4, back to 3 PM. It's hugely in favor of RISQ, but Just Do It was on fire for a brief moment here. What a ram from Juicy. Dropping onto Just Do It now, the hit points are still very close. Sticky is going to be really dead. Sticky cannot survive. LaCroix receives a hit. Smoked Potato puts a shot onto LaCroix. At the same time, Bifrost is going to fight against the Type 1007A. Juicy here. It's a 3 versus 5 though. Can RISQ do this? Smack Potato. He is fighting against 2 one-shots. He has to kill tanks here. The hit points are now hugely in favor of Riri. They also have the cap points. Smack Potato deciding on which tank to go for. Bounces. I think Nanoto absorbed the shot from the gun here. LaCroix is dead. Juicy still very healthy. Smirk Potato is dead. Riri is getting a win here on Black Goldfield. What a game. But Juicy bounces Nanoto. Great shot onto Juicy. And Riri surely gets this. What a game. What a game from Riri. Impressive, impressive performance. This is a much better team that I streamed previously against Nomad. This is a huge improvement from them. Well done to Riri. Great job. Great pushes. Great timing. And good focus fire from Riri throughout. I was a bit worried about Riri hesitating in that push for a moment, but it's more to do with RISQ hesitating on what to do in that situation. A little bit. And you can see RISQ. I think it's a good idea to push onto that 60 TP, but maybe not 3 tanks just going up that slope. I don't know. It was very close in the end, and that T100 LT of F Silver was trapped there. So all in all, Riri just got control of the entire situation nicely, and it was absolutely wonderful to watch. Riri now leading 2-1, leading for the first time tonight, and oh dear. In this situation, Riri will have 5 round wins, although they're in the 7th place currently. That only puts them 1 round win from getting top 4. And we'll go back to Black Goville. RISQ, double IS4, double type, double crown. A T100 LT Riri going for a 60 TP. Triple type, 113, 1 T100 LT and a crown bargain. Oh my lord. I don't know what to say. The top 4 fight. Riri is in the fold. It's back in the fold, and there are 7 clans right now that are fighting for that top 4 spots. I don't know what's going to happen now. I have to take a deep breath. This is what we're here for. Definitely the most competitive season on the APAC server. Even Nomad has already won a round against ID. Goes to show how closely matched these 8 teams are in the professional tournament, with Riri from the South Spawn T100 LT of Type 1007A going for a different location. Oh, interesting, going up there, and we'll go up here to spot where, and maybe F Silver. Oh, there's a blind fire from where onto the bush, but Type 1007A couldn't hit anything with that shot, and we could see Naruto is potentially positioned to support Type 1007A. Smack Potato is there, tries to put shots onto 1007A, but Juicy has been shot at. So far so good for Riri, but they still don't have the hit point pool advantage. C is going to be captured by F Silver, and they will get C. RISQ on the other hand, or maybe Riri on the other hand, will go to A and get the cap there and try to minimize the cap gap they will have. But Smack Potato is going to drop into B immediately. I think this is a good call because Riri does not have enough tanks to reset B. They will have Just Do It there, but will RISQ be able to shut down Just Do It? I don't think so. Smack Potato can't get B. Just Do It is there. Naruto brawling with Smack Potato now. Smack Potato is in deep trouble. RISQ has to do something, but I will say Riri might have overcommitted here. Sticky and also Juicy might be finding Naruto isolated, and Naruto still brawling with Smack Potato. Smack Potato still surviving, but RISQ might have the advantage now. I think Riri has overcommitted with some of the tanks. Nando Toe is down to a one-shot now. And the middle side, Nando Toe is very low. An HP splash of 1 damage here. Smack Potato is dead, but Nando Toe is dead. It's a 6v6 situation. Bifrost is isolated, but F-Silver is going to run away. Bifrost could be the focus for Riri. And RISQ definitely needs to start pushing in because they are going to lose a couple more tanks. And Justo also loses a couple of hit with Bifrost if he's able to put as many shots as he could. That would be important, that would be good. F-Silver doing a 1 vs 1 against Type 1007A. It's going to be really crucial. Let's follow F-Silver brawling with Type 1007A. F-Silver, although he is going to have very low DPM because his ammo rack is damaged. Oh, this is going to be huge. But at the same time, RISQ is doing a huge job in the middle. Where is going to get that kill onto Nando Toe. But it's a bounce for the first shell. The second shell has to pan. It's going to be Sugar getting the kill. Where will reload now. Juicy now, 1 shot. Absolutely have to put a shot onto Agitated, but he isn't able to do so. LaCroix is the last person standing. Where looking to put the entire clip into LaCroix. What a game for RISQ. What a match for RISQ. Riri got a little bit overconfident in the push here. LaCroix is removed from the battlefield by Where. But look at this. This is amazing. RISQ. Now they got an important win here, but really this time, they are trying to make a push. They have some good ideas. They try to push Smack to try to get a tank out, but they have to calm down because the WZ of Nando Toe just overcommitted, and they are pretty much spreading thin the Riri setup. I would not have made that push with that side. Allow the middle side to receive support from RISQ, and then Riri can push from that area and pincer RISQ. They have the timing on RISQ's spawn push was off for Riri. RISQ held their ground well. F-Silver quite important in dealing with the T100 LT, although he didn't die actually. He actually survived. But that prevented Bifrost from being singled out and focused on. And now we are on to Dynasty's Peril. It's now 2-2. Riri and RISQ, both teams looking very strong at the moment, and we are seeing for the first time Carol 45T is being taken. Hi Blue, how are you doing? And within 15 seconds more to go, Dynasty's Peril, Riri and RISQ, who will come out on top? Oh, this is going to be extremely tight again. Riri, the team that needs the wins. They have won against GB, so that's a good start, but against RISQ, they also have to work really hard. Again, a completely different map than Black Opium. This is closer to Yukon, but it's even more covered with those buildings, preventing a lot of crossfire from multiple angles. So this is all about individual skills and brawling. And both teams are quite similar in terms of the personal skills, but we are seeing some traffic jam happening around this flank. But let's follow Smack Potato in the 60 TP. Gets spots for RISQ, spotting up TBB and Nando Toe and a couple of Type 71s going to the southeastern corner. Smack Potato has to be really careful of overpeaking because Nando Toe might be able to put a shot in, but he turns the turret back just in time, and it's a great shot onto Nando Toe. Look at TBB Volcanic Venus going straight for C. Riri is getting really aggressive, and RISQ is holding up really well. S Silver is coming from the back, but I think there will be an issue here, or maybe not. F Silver is waiting a little bit longer so that he doesn't have to engage with the double 113s. Now that 113s is trying to come in, F Silver is going to connect with the RISQ team, trying to get Naruto and Volcanic Venus out of the way. The 113s have to come in and support the team. Naruto is the focus for RISQ. Great call from F Silver and Shugomugu. They need that tank out. And F Silver needs to put a shell there. Shugo gets the kill. Great kill there. We have Volcanic Venus going to be taken out very soon. RISQ doing a really good job with the focus fire. Volcanic Venus is now dead. F Silver is trying to run away. Has to run away though. Doesn't have a lot of hit points now. Smack Potato and will be looking for Catfish. Juicy is quite low. Hit points huge, maybe a huge advantage for RISQ, and they also have 7 tanks alive. They lost Juicy. Catfish is now down to a 1-shot. F Silver is really low. Will be killed by Riri tanks, but he has done his job. With F Silver down, Catfish down, it's a 3 versus 5 situation. LaCroix is going to drop back. Where is low. We are seeing Type 1007A brawling with where. Smurt landing a huge shot onto that tank, and where gets the kill finally with Just Do It, the last person standing. RISQ completely dominating the brawl here, and it's propagated by F Silver. F Silver clever move, waiting for the WZ13 to go and take the lane near B, and then he comes in, knowing that the 1-3s will have very slow traverse speed, ignores the 1-3s, and go and take down the low hit point targets of the 60TB and so on. And this is a well calculated battle by RISQ. Impressive stuff. Well done to RISQ. 5 tanks doing more than 2k, and Riri 2 tanks doing more than 2k. Top level stuff, and if they continue to do that, I think RISQ is able to take that home and put themselves in a more comfortable situation in the top 4. Yeah, I agree with Winterfox. Riri, the last couple of matches, they showed us how strong they are. They looked like a top 8 team, which I totally agree with, even if they are in the top 8 for the very first time. So I have to say, very impressive run for Riri. I hope they will be back next season and continue to improve. Now we're going to be seeing RISQ. They are on the match point, but will Riri bring this to a tiebreaker? And will they win another tiebreaker? Shugomugu the Badger. Triple Type 71s by Sticky, F Silver and Juicy, Double Ice Force by Bifrost, and Smack Potato with Where in the VK72. But 01k. Riri, on the other hand, VK72 was 01k taken by Naruto. Catfish, Agitator, and LaCroix in the Triple Type 71. Volcanic Venus in the Mouse. Type 1007A in the T57 Heavy, and Just Do It and WZ113. Oh my goodness me. Again, a close one. Couldn't call which team's going to win. Anything could happen still. But RISQ winning would put them in a good position for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big day. None of the clans tomorrow want to give up their top 4 position, but tomorrow is going to be a really long day, and clans like RISQ and P1 might be in a bit of a tricky situation because they might have players that are going to stay up for a really long time, but they absolutely need to win their games tonight. Riri now, looking at the North spawn, will go to the A cap. Meanwhile, we have RISQ blue team from the South spawn. We'll send tanks near C to the park side and some tanks near A. We could see a lot of fighting happening later in the battle. RISQ will find no one here. And where is going to position himself. Unfortunately, he's AFK. Oh dear. RISQ might be in trouble here if Riri is able to pick up where being AFK. then they can take out attack there, but they don't know this. They don't know this at the moment. And Wei is still AFK. Oh gosh, he needs to start reloading. He needs to start getting back to the game. Riri, they will find Wei soon. They will find him soon. He is spotted. Oh, has Riri spotted up an AFK tank? I think they did. Wei, wake up, Wei, wake up. Oh no, RISQ. Oh dear, can they do this? Can they pull this off? Wei is going to die here. I am very sorry about this. RISQ. They're essentially 6 versus 7. Wei is not going to last for long. And RISQ, they are struggling to find a way to break down Riri's defensive setup. And with only one tank dealing with Wei, it's now a 6 versus 7. But Naruto is on fire! And he could extinguish his fire just in time. RISQ has now come in to take the tanks out. RISQ might have a chance though. And we're seeing Just Do It looking. Oh, Wei is back! Wei is back! Oh my god, he's bouncing shots! He is bouncing shots! Oh my god, can you do this? Just Do It gets the kill. Juicy is dead. Wei is finally dead, but gets online in the last few seconds. Bought some time. Actually, it's turned to a 5 versus 4 situation. RISQ is not out of the fight yet, although they lost Wei for the majority of the match. Just Do It has now come in. LaCroix is the tank that's going to go very far for Sugar Mugu's very low, and we are seeing Riri coming back to bite them. And Smack Potato is the focus for Riri, but Sugar Moog is trying to shield Smack Potato, but I don't think Smack Potato is going to last for long. But Bok is going to put a big shell onto Type. And there are a couple of bounces onto Smack Potato. Can RISQ pull this off? It's a 5 versus 4 situation. Type has fully reloaded. I don't think RISQ is going to win this one. We're going to be seeing a tiebreaker. Bok gets Type's 1007A out of the fight. Bok is dead. And Catfish is momentarily stuck. Bifrost, the last person standing. Riri is an imposing clan here. They are not going to let the advantage slip under their noses. Riri brings this to a 3-3 now. Tiebreaker, everyone. It's a tiebreaker. Well done. And you're saying Riri is going to win. 54% of you is saying that. And I think we are about to break 100 people watching. What 1,000? It will be a dream to see more than 1,000 people watching at the same time. But look at this. Riri 5 tanks doing more than 2k. RISQ 3 tanks doing more than 2k though. I'm very sorry about Wei. This is an unprecedented situation for RISQ. They were forced to play 6 versus 6, but Wei will still be playing in the tiebreaker. Riri. Oh, Wei is being substituted. Afraid that Wei will get disconnected again. The Cheese Man will come in to play for RISQ this time. Riri is going to pick up this momentum. If they manage to win RISQ here, they will have a strong night. And they will win 2 rounds on the tiebreaker, and everything will go. I mean, anything could still happen on the very last day. Tomorrow will be the big day for all of the clans. I think Nomad is out already for the top 4 contention, because they are 5 rounds away, and this is going to this mathematically confirms Nomad out of Blitz Ultimate Cup, but they will absolutely create chaos with the top 4 fights, and they did that against ID, and they can do it again tonight against P1. None of the clans would want to drop points. This is it. This is the battle you're all waiting. You're all here for. There we go. 3-3. What will happen now? Riri versus RISQ. Who will win? Will Riri win another tiebreaker, or will RISQ win this crucial battle and put them back, put them into a better position in the top 4 RISQ. Now they're going for C, and they're going to send tanks to the middle spot, middle area as well. Double T100 LTs are going to capture C. They're going to give RISQ the big cap lead, but they will not have information for what Riri is going to do here. Riri Just Do It is near A. Is Riri trying to make a big push coming from A? They are going to get a push there. Oh, they found the Cheeseman! Isolated! Oh, Riri has found the weak spot in RISQ setup. Now RISQ going to make a big push onto B now. They absolutely have to do it. RISQ, they have to get a tanks up, but Lucy gets absolutely focused now. Cheeseman, can he survive for long enough? Meanwhile, RISQ has put the focus onto time. It's all about shot efficiency. They have to leave the Cheeseman out here. And she gets to go away. Join the rest of the team. But at the moment here, Riri is doing a better job. They have more hit points. And the Crown Vagans are doing a good job in accumulating hit points of Juicy. Type 1007A is dead. Riri has now come and rotated. And the focus is now onto Volcanic Venus. Naruto is also the focus for the T100 LCs. But Riri immediately regroups Smashed Potato. Absolutely needs to put a shot somewhere. Here's to find Naruto. Great shot there. And now RISQ. It's a 5 versus 6 situation. Hit points are neck and neck. Just Do It brawling with the T100 LTs, but I think Just Do It is just isolating himself at this situation. Smashed Potato down to one shot. Catfish gets a kill on Smashed Potato. Sticky and Juicy needs to push shells here. Riri is doing a better job near A. And we have Just Do It being second out. It's still neck and neck. Anything can still happen right here. Juicy is trying to survive. And the focus is now on Catfish. Riri absolutely needs to get the shots in. Sticky is being ignored for a moment. And they're trying to take Juicy out of the way. Catfish is not the one killing Juicy. But F-Silver kills Catfish out of the fight. It's now a 3 versus 4. This is looking more and more likely to be a RISQ win. Naruto down to a one-shot. Suga and Mugu is not the tank killing Naruto. It's F-Silver. Bifrost quite low. Sticky quite low in hit points as well. They have to stay back and survive for long enough. But look at how well the T100 LTs are playing in this match. They work together amazingly well. Huge well done to RISQ. But Riri, unfortunately, will lose the tiebreaker and RISQ will win and will pick up an important point here. Tonight, in round 11, amazing job by RISQ, and look at the hit point. Look at how many tanks killed by the T100 LT platoon of RISQ. 5 tanks killed by the double T100 LT. Goes on to show how important a light tank can be in an open map like Normandy. And they have done more than 6,000 hit damage in total. Huge well done to RISQ. 6 tanks doing more than 2k. They deserve to get that win here. The focus fire is on point. Riri also did amazing focus fire, but it was they weren't as organized as RISQ. RISQ looks absolutely dominant in this. Well, they didn't look dominant. It was pretty much splitting hairs, and it could have gone either way. But the T100 LTs did an amazing job landing those kills and shots. With Riri only 3 tanks doing more than 2k, this is a heartbreaking defeat for Riri, and RISQ will get that important point, and they will have to rely on a couple of results against them. Okay, so we have results for the second stage, and for round 11, we have ID beating GB 4-2 with P1 beating Nomad 4-0, and RN versus GRS. RN winning GRS 4-1. Look at the leaderboard now. GB unable to pick up wins unable to pick up wins. They have so far only picked up 1 win in the second stage. That is against Nomad, and tomorrow will be very crucial for them. They have to start picking up points. because they have very tough opponents. RISQ, P1 and GRS, they are slipping away from the top 4 fights, but we are going to be seeing 4 clans in with 7 round wins. RISQ, ID, P1 and RN with 7 round wins currently in the positions of the Blitz Ultimate, of qualifying to the Blitz Ultimate Cup. GRS 6 round wins, but really surely won our hearts tonight. They performed amazingly well, but they are very they probably cannot qualify now that they lost against RISQ. As I said at the start of the stream, RISQ versus Riri is going to be the definitive match for Riri. If they lost to RISQ, their chances in the top 4 are pretty much over, and this is essentially the case. 4 clans with 7 round wins. They're leading Riri 3 round wins. Riri has done an amazing job in the professionals tournaments, but a couple of results have gone against them, and sadly I think this is going to be the end of the road for Riri. GV, they need a really important night here, and I have to say anything could still happen here. I don't know what's going to happen, but we will follow these matches on the final day. So yes. This has been me, Wildwood's helper, and wow, what a night. Just going to get inactive for a moment. We'll analyze a match here. And that will happen soon. Okay, so tomorrow the timetable will be so you will see the remaining matches. So tomorrow GV, they have P1, Riri, and also GRS they have to fight against. So this is going to be an important night for GV. Although they won against ID quite convincingly, but they haven't been able to get back in form, especially after a heartbreaking defeat against RN-04. I think after that they really couldn't pick back up the performance. So for tomorrow, GRS, they still have to fight really hard. They have to win against GV, Riri, and also RISQ in order to get to the top 4. As for RISQ, they have to they have to at least win against GV. If they win against GV, that will put GV probably out of contention for the top 4 fight. I will have to run Mabox in to see the final outcome that could be. Okay, so I think with still a lot of people watching, we're going to analyze a game. The game will be. Let's look at the second match. Let's actually dissect the second match on Yukon. I'm going to see what can be done here. what has gone really well for Riri and what has gone bad for RISQ. But maybe I think that's a bit too obvious. So maybe let's look at some of the Black Goville matches, because I think that is potentially. Let's look at the first match here. I didn't really know. I think I need to rewatch that match. We know what happened with the Yukon match, so let's go to this match here, and let's switch the scene now. Let's go. Let's analyze this battle now. Oh, great shots onto Silver, and Type 1007A is going to run away, and we're seeing Naruto. Oh, yeah, that was a big shot from Naruto. Naruto onto F Silver, great hit there. But Type 1007A also got hit, so it's not like Riri RISQ is going to be in deep trouble for now. They still have a slight hit point pool advantage, and they're immediately going to be trying to cap it out, but also at the same time they have to be wary of the crossfire. I'm not sure if F Silver have already spotted tanks behind, with Naruto spotted, but if we kind of switch, kind of rewind, let's go back and see. So, Type 1007A will be going middle and get spots up for Riri with RISQ. Thank you. Yeah, I think YouTube has derped. Okay, so let's go back here a little bit. RISQ hasn't spotted a lot of tanks. They spotted up Naruto and Type 1007A. Essentially, they don't know if there are tanks to reset B. So with the information not being telegraphed to RISQ, it's gamble to go to B. It's gamble, but that will give them a good hit cap lead. But they will lose a lot of hit points in doing that. We're seeing Naruto. Oh wow! Big shot onto F Silver. F Silver. Yikes! He won't be happy about this. He's probably swearing in the chat right now with that shot. Onto him. RISQ will try to get B, but Riri has shots, but no shots probably to reset B. RISQ will have a cap advantage. Okay, so in this situation, Shugu and Mugu got B, but RISQ knows that Shugu would take a lot of hits when trying to move back. In this situation, I don't think Shugu and Mugu is going to take a couple more hits, so I think he could stay near B, push a bit forward. If 62B decides to push, he has support from behind, so don't need to do much. But do we know that RISQ has information for the tanks that are flanking to the caves? That shot onto him. Let me see. They spotted up Volcanic Venus, which is on the other side, I believe. Yeah, on the other side. A has been captured, so they know there are tanks of Riri going to A, and I don't think. Yeah, Volcanic Venus is near the caves, not near A. So, RISQ in this situation, they will know there are two tanks that are near A, and they spotted up Naruto and just do it. The tanks resetting B, so they just don't know where the other three tanks are. So, I think Shigemiku trying to pull back is also a huge gambling. That Riri will have most of the tanks. Actually, it doesn't make sense. Actually, you know, it's actually not a good call to move back, because either way, either way, RISQ doesn't know where the other three tanks are. So potentially they could be at the very far back or near A. But either way, Riri will have shots trying to get Suga and Mugu out of rotated backwards. Essentially, you just want to move forward, hold near the rock, hope that Naruto will push and the two tanks there from behind can push in and support Naruto. This is what I would do in an IS4, knowing that at least two tanks near A, so potentially if there are three tanks 3 other tanks that are near the spawn, then essentially you also have the tanks near C that could come in and support and flank and pincer them. So either way, I think Shigeru should have moved forward rather than backwards and look at what happens when he moves backwards. But Riri, look at Just Do It, will be looking at Shigeru, but bounces onto Shigeru, but Shigeru receives a big hit from the 60 TP while trying to run away. Oh! Look at that, he has lost a lot of hit points, and that brings RISQ at a hit point disadvantage. And now Riri does not have the cap points. They have the hit points though. And they're already going very aggressively. They spotted no one near A, so they're going to push the line up very far forward. Opportunity for RISQ is they can try to break down the push of Riri. One thing is Naruto could be an isolated target. Just Do It is very well covered. Potentially could be taken out by the 2 tanks of RISQ here, like that. So, but then RISQ has the cap lead, so they will try to hold, but it will be tough, especially when Riri is getting really aggressive now. I think it might be the opportunity for RISQ to push, but then I don't know. They think they can hold there, but we will see what's going to happen next. Oh, look at how much damage RISQ has taken while trying to get B. This is. Yeah, I mean, look at now, Riri's just immediately trying to get way out of the way. If I were RISQ, F Silver, I don't think you could. Well, actually, might be able to run away. You might be able to run away, because Riri is just focusing on the well away at this point. But that is a huge risk. I can see why F Silver would stay there and support well away a little bit. You can try to help and bring it to a 5 versus 4. Issue is, I don't think there's an issue. I think you can do this. Help. Backwards. Let's continue to watch what's going to happen here. It's a risk of getting a cap lead on Black Goldview. Really immediately making a push. This is a great call. Okay, so I love what Riri did when seeing Sticky and Juicy coming back to support Where and F Silver. They immediately went to C. Okay, so with that move, Naruto is still in the middle. RISQ is stacking up near their spawn. It's quite obvious they're looking to make a push backwards. We'll see what's going to happen next. Or from Riri, but they are hesitating. If they hesitate, they're going to lose hit points and RISQ will Okay, with Riri still have tanks like very far back. This is the time to push. This is the time to push. You just it's not the time to kind of to hesitate. Juicy and Sticky might be able to stay there and provide crossfire, but they have to be mindful of the tanks that are to this right. But we'll see. Group, and this is what RISQ wants Riri to do. RISQ wants Riri to hesitate, and they're doing that exactly, but at the same time RISQ is also hesitating. But they found Naruto isolated, so they turned their attention onto Naruto. Well aware immediately will have to be the sacrificial lamb. Okay, so the issue now is that Riri will turn the attention over to Naruto with that push coming from coming to Naruto. The 2 tanks originally isolated from the rest of Riri's team. Immediately they have shots. Immediately they can have shots. I think what RISQ is trying to push here, they sense it's a 3 versus 1, but the issue is that they are pushing into a trap. This is a trap. This is a trap. This allows Riri to organize their forces and get their crossfire in. And look what happens next. But Naruto will go back to safety, drop into B. Sticky and Juicy might have shots though, but they're turning the other way. Smack Potato and Bifrost looking for Naruto. TBB looking to get way away. So what Riri immediately does, 3 tanks drop onto Where, get LaCroix to deal with Sugar and Mugu. Immediately there's a tank providing crossfire to take down Sugar and Mugu and the 2 other tanks near B. So either way, RISQ is pretty much doomed in this situation. Riri simply has numbers in every single situation. 2 tanks behind for RISQ. but they will find it hard to focus fire with those terrain in front of them. The terrain in front of them and a couple of rocks that will provide cover for Riri. Get out of the way! This is descending into entropy. With Naruto down to one shot and We're also quite low, Sugar Mugi also quite low. Sugar Mugi now dead, Naruto is low, F-Silver is also very low. The hit points are so close, you don't know who is going to win this one. Naruto needs to land their shell to F-Silver, he does. We're down. Okay, so this is a great push, great numbers from Riri. They sent one really healthy tank to deal with F-Silver. F-Silver is essentially trapped, he can't run away. Riri also sent a couple of tanks to deal with that IS-4. Got that tank out, they lost only Naruto in the 60 TP. Just Do It gets pushed by the RISQ tanks, but then RISQ has already lost 3 tanks, and Riri only will have lost 2. And I mean, with Riri's focus fire, they're looking to get Sticky out of the way as well. I mean, there is also one tank that is near RISQ bomb. So essentially, RISQ will be fighting for fighting a 2 tank disadvantage consistently. So that gives Riri the controlling power for this battle. So I have to say, Riri, really good push, got the numbers perfectly. For RISQ, what they could have done in this battle, and I would think that would be the best way. They should not have gone for Naruto. Naruto is the bait. They should ignore that for now, because that will draw Just Do It and Type 1078 and Naruto. And also these 3 tanks. Suddenly you have 6 tanks surrounding you with only 3 to 4 tanks there. Not the ideal one to go for a push. I would say push these tanks. Juicy and also these tanks will have crossfire in the end. I think with 4 tanks against 3, you'll be able to do something, and Naruto will have to go a really long distance to get some of the tanks down. We'll be able to put 1 or 2 shells in, but you are showing IS-4 and Type 71, they aren't HEable by Naruto, so you don't have to worry about that. And Just Do It will potentially have shots for crossfire, but it's a much longer distance, so you can rely on a couple of bounces potentially from Just Do It, and Type 1070 might still have shots, but it's also very difficult because it's also really long distance. This is what I would have done if I were RISQ. Try to push onto Educated. This is an isolate. This is a tank with lower hit points and could be taken out, and then you can go from there. And these tanks could then gradually come forward with more hit points they have at the moment and support the team with the push when things go a bit heated. Alright, so this is my analysis for the first match on Black Goville. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've learned something from this, and I'll be back on the EU server, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.